Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Kerry Brackett, writer, professor, author, hailing from Birmingham, Alabama. I write poetry and I also write fiction, suspense, mystery. Just published two novels this past year. One is called Shadows at Sundown, and the other was called the Spirit of Kwanzaa. In lieu of the Kwanzaa holiday. Shadows at Sundown is actually part of the series called Journeys of the Unseen, where we center around a black couple, James and Nikki, where they encounter different towns that have different um, vibes as far as history and also climates as well. Shadows at Sundown, this is where they actually encounter a sundown town while on vacation. So definitely, get a copy of that. It is available now on Amazon and Kindle. And the next edition or the next installment will be Echoes of the Past. That's coming out next month, February 1st exactly, where James and Nikki they will be at the site of the last racial riots, where basically they encounter the some of the ghosts and spirits, from around that racial riot around that town, and basically trying to survive, um, just like they survived the sundown town. So definitely get a look at that and just go from there.
So are you a traditional publisher or you a self-published author?
I So with the novels I self-published, I've been playing around with traditional and self-publishing, here and there. I felt like with the self-publishing, it would allow me the freedom to tell the story of going through sundown towns and racial climates and so on and so forth. Because I tried to shop around with traditional publishers, but it was like each time I did, they wanted to change some aspect of it, and I wanted to make sure that the authenticity and also the message from this story was still going to be told the way I wanted it to. So that's why I stuck with self-publishing for the novels.
Wow. So what have been some of the challenges that you have experienced as a self-published author?
One main thing with the self-publishing is that basically you're the one-man band. Like basically you're responsible for the success of the book. Basically, you market the book, you edit the book, you promote it, you format it, and even though saying the reward is twofold, however, basically the amount of time and energy that you have to spend as far as trying to make sure the books are successful. There'll be sometimes where you have to spend long nights just to make sure that the books are successful. Also, basically take a gauge as far as the interest of the book from your audience or what have you. So being a teacher myself, I had to put myself, in the seat of a student as far as learning the ins and outs of self-publishing, that kind of thing, just to truly understand, saying how can I make this novel and a novel series, more successful.
So what have been some of your um challenging points, and what is your most proudest point as a self-published author?
Some of the challenging points, I would say definitely the timing, because basically, as a self-publisher, like I said, basically you're responsible for the success of the novel. So, no matter what, however the time and energy you spent, is basically going to reflect that as far as success of the novel. So, there's been a lot of times where I would have to learn the marketing aspect. Do I do it through social media? Do I go through newspaper? Do I go through book groups and so on and so forth? It's just basically learning more on gauging the audience. How can I utilize these channels to make sure these books are actually being reached to different audiences and so on and so forth. I have them both available both on Amazon and Kindle, and what I've noticed was that I've had a lot of success selling the print option, but as far as Kindle, uh, I was quite surprised knowing that there's not a lot of people that actually use Kindle. So with that, I still still utilize that option just in case. I even used the, have it offered through the Kindle Unlimited program. So basically, learning more on how to market it as an ebook, and basically staying consistent as far as, marketing, that was some of the challenge aspects. But the main, uh, I would say, success that I've heard that I've had with, especially with Shadows of Sundown. I was at an event for work, as my job as an educator, where basically I was supposed to, talk about my research for a project that I was in, and one of the higher ups from the administration basically stopped me because she has a copy of my book, and she basically told me to tell